Hi, everyone, and welcome to Astrology with Jeffrey Bryan. Today I'm going to discuss the new moon occurring on June 28th. So let's dive right in. So here we have the new moon on June 28th. So as you can see here, the new moon is occurring exactly at 8:52 p.m. in Mountain Time. So here we have the exact conjunction of the sun and moon. So a new moon is always a conjunction of the sun and moon. And then we always have the full moon, which is the opposition. And then the moon travels back. And this happens around roughly in 29 to 29 and a half days. So once a month, we have the full cycle of the moon. So here we have a new intention. The new intention is happening in the first decanate of Cancer, which, as we discussed in the last video, we went through how we do rulerships. And so this is ruled by Cancer moon. And the keyword is moods, because this has to do with the mood of your soul. So it's not necessarily your physical feelings and emotions, but the nature of the soul, what the soul is wanting to express from this inward place. And we have the sun conjunct. So this new moon has this intention of Cancer behind it. What does Cancer represent? It represents home, family, security, stability, protection, the crab. It's got that tough outer shell, but it retracts into itself as a protective mechanism. So we have just really one aspect coming off of this new moon, and that's in a square to Jupiter in 7 degrees Aries, and with the keyword of activity. And activity is really about like being a busy business person. Aries is wanting to propel people into action and get things moving, get things going. So we have Jupiter, this big expansion of energy, of optimism and abundance, squaring the new moon, which you would think would be odd. So what is going on? Well, this is about security, home, family, and stability. And so during this time, we're in this big inflationary period. So Jupiter is expanding. We're seeing this expansion of prices going up beyond the means in which we live. So interest rates are going up, gas prices are going up, rent prices are going up, buying a house, the prices are skyrocketing depending on where you live. The time to sell at a high price is pretty much gone away. Prices are starting to like top off, or homes aren't even being moved into because the inflationary prices are making it where people can't even afford to buy a home anymore. And this is primarily due to like lots of energy and all these different things that the governments around the world, especially in the United States, have decided that they don't want us to really produce oil and get it from other countries, which is causing this huge inflation going on in the world, amongst tons of other things. We could talk about this controlled inflation by the government and its decisions, and what they're doing. So this isn't just happening out of no place. This is being pushed upon people to push us into something maybe we're not ready for or want to go into. And that's why it's squaring this home and family. People are, probably holding on to their savings or holding on more to what they feel they need. They may be buying more food in case there's a food shortage. They may just not be able to afford to go on vacations and trips and do things that they normally wanted. And this is the crisis of Jupiter squaring this new moon. And so this sounds bad, but I want to leave you guys with something really positive is Jupiter represents the third eye, the vision for the future. And we know that there is not a shortage of oil, and gas and food, that this is being done by legislation, government policies, you know, different organizations pushing an agenda upon the world. So we have to put in our vision that it's our job to take over, do what we have to do and not allow this to happen. This is what this is all about, is seeing with your third eye, your inner vision, what's happening, and have a vision of what you want for your own future and the future of your children and your children's children. This is a big time in history we are living in. And this is the time where the people have to say, enough. If they believe that the world is going in the wrong direction, they have to speak, they have to start action. This is Jupiter in Aries is massive action. So it's getting coordinated, having this plan, this vision, and being optimistic and positive about our future and not in this fearful state, which Saturn wants to put us in. Saturn's in repression and fear. See, it is those things, but it's also in the keyword of repression and fear and depression. And it's pushing this. And it's been, Saturn's been squaring Uranus. And Uranus is about freedom, liberation, and rebellion. It wants the opposite of what Saturn wants. And it's this higher wisdom thinking. And I don't count, this is just under a 10-degree aspect. You can count the sun and moon as 10 degrees. I really like a tighter orb than that for talking about, a semi-square. It's not a major aspect, so I'm not going to get into that in this video. But the goal here is to not let fear control you. Be positive, see the vision you want for your future and your community and society. And if you feel the call, because this is about your soul and your spirit, this is your inner feeling and your outer expression happening about your home, family, community, the moods of your soul and spirit at this moment, at this new moon, in which direction you want to be headed. You want to be headed into where we are being led, or do you want to step up and make a change in which direction you feel deep down within yourself that you, and your country and your world and your community and home, family, and everyone should be headed? This is the time where these decisions are being formulated and need to be put into action. So this is an exciting new moon, and I hope you guys got a lot from this video. And if you want to read about where I really formulate this in really constructive ways on my blog, you can check it out at astrologywithjeffreybryan.com. It's more precise than me kind of babbling on. So at astrologywithjeffreybryan.com, I have a blog, and you can read about this new moon. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.